Hello, good people of YouTube. Today is a very exciting video because I finally get to put my dream exhaust on my dream bike. Now in today's video, I'm gonna show you step by step everything you need to do to install an exhaust system on your 2025 S1000Rr. But before we do that, just a little backstory. I ordered this motorcycle in February or March of this year, and before I even placed a deposit on this bike, I ordered my dream exhaust system, which is an Austin Racing GP1R full titanium system. It is a massive exhaust system that shoots huge flames, is obnoxiously loud, and if you all know me, if you've seen my drift cars, you know that's my style. Now, long story short, I placed the order for the exhaust, and after months and months of battling Austin Racing, they ended up telling me, hey, we're not making this right now. And the cool thing is, YouTube did its thing, and it reached the right person. And one of my viewers reached out to me and said, hey, I have that exhaust system. It's a little too loud for my taste. Would you be interested in buying it? It worked out that he sold that exhaust to me for such a cheap price. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the description. I'd love for you all to support him because he is a stand-up guy. Most of the time, I won't even order something off of a person online because I've been scammed so much. But he sold me the exhaust for a crazy cheap price. I'm not even gonna say what it was. He even had somebody purchase the exhaust on eBay after him and I just had a verbal agreement to buy it. I had not given him the money or anything yet, and he still honored our deal. So huge shout out to Naldo. And honestly, we would not be making this video without him. All right, so this is the Austin Racing slip-on mated to an M4 stainless header system. Now, when I show you the difference, this is again the GP1R exhaust system from Austin Racing. Now, after months of waiting on Austin Racing to send me my exhaust that I spent $3,500 on, only to finally have them tell me, hey, we don't even know when we're gonna manufacture or rather build this full system. So an alternative, instead of refunding you, is gonna be sending you a slip-on. You can mount it to whatever header system you want, is what they told me. So I ended up going with it. I said, hey, as long as it's the same slip-on, as long as it's the same can, if you will, as your GP1R, and they assured me, yes, it is. I'm gonna show you all the difference between the slip-on and the GP1R that just arrived, and you all let me know what you think. Is it the same or is it different? Here from this view, just look at the difference. Like the difference in the piping size. Let me try to hold my hand down there. It's completely different. I mean, it looks like it's like a 2-inch piping on the slip-on and then like a 2.5-inch piping on the full system. So this is what we're gonna install today. I'm very excited to, one, walk you through step by step how you can install an exhaust system on your bike, but two, I'm really excited to shoot some flames. A T30 bolt right there that connects to the oil cooler. So you're just going to want to squeeze in there. I'm just using a very small ratchet to get up in there with it. Once you have that loosened, then you're going to want to get your oil cooler out of the way, and then you should be good. Now, I did not take off the upper fairings. I don't think I'll need to, since removing the lower fairings gives me access to the 10mm bolts. Just trying to save some time here. I do want to share just a little tip about how to clean if you purchase a used system. So the trick is to use a magic eraser, and you're going to take a little bit of brake cleaner. The magic eraser is not abrasive, it's a real smooth surface, and the brake cleaner just helps get, you know, all the oils and everything off of it. This will literally bring it back to nearly brand new. All right, the old exhaust is off. The new exhaust is on. A couple of things that I want to point out. The instructions are going to tell you to basically slip on each piece of the exhaust. Now with this one I wanted to follow the instructions, but what I will tell you is with this one, when I initially installed this exhaust system, I pre-assembled it outside of the bike. Now I left, so most header systems, let me show you. Most header systems are what's called slip fit. Most aftermarket header systems. So you'll notice everything is slip fit, and then it's gonna have just a couple of springs basically, like this, that keep things together. Now what it tells you to do in the instructions is to install piece by piece, slip it on after the fact, and kind of just work your way back. I pre-fit everything with the exception of this. Same thing with this one. I could have just slipped everything on, pre-installed everything except for the exhaust system back here. And the reason for that is it would have been much easier. Otherwise you're using this spring puller, you're gonna beat the crap out of your knuckles. It's a pain in the butt. So my advice would be pre-slip everything on, like basically pre-fit everything, but don't use the springs. Like keep everything just slip fit on. But anyways, let's talk about what you gotta do when you're reinstalling. So you're going to basically hand tighten all of the 10mm 12-point bolts. Once you've done that, you're gonna wanna make sure you reinstall your radiator bracket. You'll notice it's right there. That connects the lower oil cooler to the upper radiator. Once you've done that, and you've got, again, your springs connected, you're gonna wanna reinstall the O2 sensors. Very important that the larger O2 sensor thread is in the rear, and then the narrow thread is in the front. Most exhaust systems will come with the adapter. If not, you'll have to order that. Then you kind of tighten everything up, hand tight. I like to start with the bolts up here, the actual header bolts that go into the head. Once I've hand tightened everything, then I kind of go through and torque everything down. Again, starting from the header bolts, working my way back, torquing everything down. This is about 10 foot-pounds, or I think 14 Newton meters, but in any case, and I like to go periodically. So for example, I did 5 foot-pounds for everything, and then I did 10 foot-pounds for every bolt, doing kind of a cross pattern. Now that we've got it connected, I'm just gonna install my lower fairing. Again, this time when I installed this header system, I did not take the upper fairing off. The first time I did, because it gave me more room. This time I didn't need it. I will say it makes things a little more challenging because you don't have the space for the torque wrench to go up there. So in hindsight, I probably just would have popped off the bolts to uninstall the upper fairing. But let's go ahead and install the lower fairing. Start it up. We're gonna have to let the bike idle for a bit to self-learn. This has a BT Moto Stage 1 tune on it. The cool thing about that is it uses all 4 of the O2 sensors to self-learn. So they have kind of their own ignition trims, their own fuel trims, and then the bike makes minor adjustments off of that. Oh yeah, moment of truth. Time for the cold start. I'm gonna set the mic like 4 feet behind the exhaust. All right, there you have it. I officially have my dream exhaust on my dream motorcycle. Just a couple questions I have for you. What should I do with this exhaust setup? This is an M4 header system with an Austin Racing GP1R exhaust tip. It sounds great. I'll put some clips in here. Should I sell it? Should I give it away? If you guys are interested in this, let me know. I also still have the factory Akrapovic exhaust tip. This is titanium. Comes on the 2025 models, but all 2020 to 2025 exhaust systems are the same. So you could run the exhaust setup that I just had, this exhaust tip. I still have the M4 slip on somewhere, but I've tried so many different setups on this bike. This is definitely the one that I've always wanted. So now that I have it, it's probably time to offload some of these other options. I'm sure some of you viewers would enjoy this. So if y'all are interested in any of them, just send me a DM on Instagram, Zach_Calvin. And that'll do it for this video. We'll catch you in the next one.